What do you actually know? That might sound like a weird question, but really think about it. Can you trust your senses? What about your memories or your logic? This is where epistemology begins, the branch of philosophy that asks, what is knowledge? How do we get it? And can we ever be certain about it? In the past, philosophers traditionally define knowledge as justified true belief. That means you can say you know something if you believe it, it's actually true, and you have a good reason to believe it. But in 1963, a guy named Gettier broke this definition wide open. He showed that you can meet all three conditions and still just get lucky. Here's a basic example. You look at a clock and it says 2 p.m., and it is 2 p.m., but the clock stopped 12 hours ago. You're right, but only by accident. So do you really know the time, or were you just lucky? That's the Getier problem, and it shattered the classic definition of knowledge. So, where does knowledge come from then? Well, empiricists like Aristotle, Locke, and Hume say from the senses, while on the contrary, the rationalists say from pure reason, like Descartes, Spinoza, and Leibniz. Some people say we just know some things just because. But who's right, and how can we tell when our source is reliable? Here's the twist. What if you can't trust anything at all? The radical skeptics asked, how do you know you're not dreaming, or in a simulation, or being deceived by an evil genius? That's where Descartes comes in. He doubted everything until he found one thing he couldn't doubt. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. In the modern world, epistemology explores more than just what we know. So, why does it even matter then? Because we live in an information age. Every second we're flooded with claims, opinions, facts, and lies. If you don't understand how knowledge works, you're vulnerable to anything. Epistemology isn't just academic. It's about truth, survival, and sanity. And as David Hume once famously said, a wise man purports his beliefs to evidence. So the next time someone says, I know this for a fact, you should ask them, how, why, and what justifies your belief? This is epistemology, a discipline of doubt guided by reason, anchored by the pursuit of truth. And as Nietzsche warned, convictions are more dangerous enemies of truths than lies.